Paramedics working for Ornge went into high gear during the second wave of the pandemic, helping remote northern communities get vaccines and then transporting critical COVID patients from overcrowded GTA hospitals. A record 80 people one day last month.
Some with military service have suggested this is as bad as a battleground. These members are working 12 to 14-hour shifts every day. They go to a hotel room, in isolation, of course, get a few hours sleep, and turn around and do it again the next day.
Ornge has taken the lead on patient transfers with help from other local paramedic units. The difference between Ornge and those other paramedic services is that only Ornge falls under Bill 124.
Unifor says Ornge paramedics should get an exception to the provincial legislation limiting pay increases to 1% a year, when in places like Thunder Bay, paramedics just negotiated more than double that.
We're after the cream of the crop who can rise to the rigorous training of critical care paramedicine. To ask them to make less money to move to remote communities to start the careers puts us in an awkward position moving forward to maintain staffing and resources in the future.
What it does is it says that these essential workers, thank you so much. I'm going to give you all of the false praise I can give you. And then at the end of the day, I'm going to make sure that your wage increases are not even keeping up with the rate of inflation.
This morning's Ornge news conference comes one day after Unifor flew a banner over the GTA calling for paid sick days.
When COVID hit, Doug Ford's government shortchanged our students.
And some highly critical new advertising by teachers' unions. Political analyst Keith Leslie says the timing of these anti-Ford assaults is no coincidence. In February, the government changed the pre-election ad spending limit from 6 months to a year. And the next election is 1 year from this June 2nd.
This cap on election advertising by third parties is going to kick in very, very soon. So that's why we were seeing the unions on TV right now trying to make their point. But after that, it's going to, a $600,000 cap does not go very far in buying TV advertising time over the course of a year before an election.
Not only that, the government has had to defend its handling of the pandemic, which 2 recent long-term care reports say was deficient.
This government is ripe for criticism. Premier Ford himself, not being available to the public for 7 or 8 days because he's at home isolating. It's mainly because he can't work a laptop. And if he wants to communicate with people, they have to send a crew over to his house. There's something to be said for that. So I think politically, he's very vulnerable right now. And the election is only 13 months away.
Ornge paramedics voted 94% in favor of striking, but union head Jerry Diaz says negotiations are just beginning, and the premier should heed the message coming from public sector workers. Lisa Hepfner, CHCH News.